Education Center, which is highly successful, and I will say with all humility that is the most successful in the country, because we have so many people who will have gone to the normal school, formal school, let me call it formal school, because they are engaged in other trades. They couldn't go 8 to 3. So, but towards evening they have the time. Lagos State gives them the opportunity to go to school, and the Ministry of Education is so fair to them, so they could go and write the exam for the GS 1 to 3, and we have SS 1 to 3. Getting to that class, they could write GC, whatever exam, and get into the higher school. I mean the tertiary institutions. So the Continuing Education Center in Lagos State has offered an education opportunity to those who would not have gone to the school. And we are happy that we are very, very successful in this rate. The population equally is teeming population. So if there had not been continued education, probably the ministry might not have been able to cope with those who are thirsty for education in the country. You know, I say country because people come from other states into this place. And when they get here, probably after getting a job, they now think of getting education. So the government has provided that opportunity for them, and they have not lost anything.
Okay, so you can say that you've been able to meet up to people's expectations.
Yes, we have been able to meet up with their expectations. Okay. Their tall expectations.
So how does the agency sort for funds? Do you receive enough support from the government?
Yes, the government has tried, because they realize the importance of this agency. We have our normal budget allocation from the government, and we are giving a monthly subvention, which we use in carrying out most of our activities, like paying the instructors. We refer to those who teach the adult literacy classes as instructors. And the Continuing Education Center, we only supervise them. They are self-supporting, which means we don't give them any money. Instead of giving them money, we give them approval, and they have to renew the approval on a yearly basis. If it is a Continuing Education Center public, we get 20,000 naira from them. If it is Continuing Education private, we get as from 50,000 to 100,000 per annum to renew their approval. So with those people, we don't need to give them anything. They pay us the renewal, and we supervise and monitor their activities.
How are those Continuing Education Centers monitored, and the mass literacy centers?
I have my staff all over the state in each of the local education districts, and they go out to monitor these Continuing Education Centers. They go out to monitor the adult literacy centers. The adult literacy centers have to be monitored, because we don't want to give our stipend to fake instructors. So we visit each center at least twice a month to make sure that they have learners and they are being taught. So we have, where in the LED, where we don't have enough staff, we make use of other officers from the ministry, like the inspectorate, or at times we seek the services of retired teachers. We make use of them, and we give them a stipend for doing that job for us.
Does the agency receive support from NGOs?
Yes.
How often do you receive?
Yes, we receive a lot of support from NGO. When I say support, not in form of cash. For example, We have the Rotary Club, District 9110. We have the Lion Club, District 404, and some other clubs that have taken literacy as part of their community development program. They employ their own teachers, their own instructors, and they pay them. They give them everything they need, and occasionally they come to us for learning materials. And it is interesting that the Rotary Club District 9110 are not happy with the quality of literacy in our schools, both formal and non-formal education. So they have sponsored my going to South Africa to train for what they call CLE, Concentrated Language Encounter. And this is it's a methodology to be used in schools so that children could come out literate from their various schools. We have started in 4 primary schools in Lagos State as a lighthouse project. The Commissioner for Education was there, the Chairman SPEB, and the Chairman PTA, and it's a project or methodology they all like. I hope in a few years' time we'll be using the CLE methodology in all our schools, and we'll be able to produce literate children from our school. When you see a GS3 product, you will take in for a GS3 product, not those who will not be able to write even their names. So those are the type of assistance we get, not in cash, like some missions, some churches. For example, Baptist Church. There is not a single Baptist church in Lagos State that hasn't got a literacy class. I think it's their own form of evangelism. You know, you cannot preach what you cannot read. So when they make everybody read, everybody will be able to read their Bible at least and know what they are talking about. So all the Baptist churches in Lagos State has a literacy class, but this agency gives them learning material from every time they want it. And there are some other churches like that that do. And happily recently our Muslim brothers and sisters have joined. We've gone there to give them a lecture. So you know, by the time they employ teachers and they pay without getting the stipend from the government, that is a sort of help. Then coming to UNICEF. UNICEF does a lot of training for our staff and for the NGO we are working with. Then they supply us with vocational, will I call it a machine, equipment. They give us sewing machines, they give us early child care toys, and they assist us to train those who are to train these people. They spend a lot of money on their own, or they don't give us physical cash, but they will sponsor all these courses. If you go to our vocational center at Kwaja, most of the equipment we have there are supplied by UNICEF, including deep freezer, cooker. So there we're able to do catering, we're able to do sewing, and we have teamed up with 2 local governments in Agege, and the place is full of learners.
So what is the response of the targeted audience towards the efforts of the agency?
You know, Lagos State is we have a teeming population, and as such, we always have more than enough we could cope up with at times. You know, like the one we have in Agege, we were targeting about 20-25 people for each trade. You know, we have dressmaking, cloth weaving, soap making, and catering generally at a low level. So we targeted, say, about 25 per each trade, but we have over 100. So we have to break so that we don't have enough money to employ their trainers. So we have to break morning, afternoon, and evening, so as to take the place we are using to take them. So as for the targeted masses, we have them more than enough, and we hope in future that the government will help us, for an expansion. That is our own way of reducing poverty in the country. And there are some courses they want to do. We cannot set them up, like hat making, balloon decorations, and so on. We have to send them to WDC, because those people to have well-established place for them. So when they come to us and we don't have their trade, we will check with WDC or we check with WAPA, and we send them there. Those we cannot cope with. By the time we were starting, we never knew that we have such a big turnout. Probably it's because it's in Agege, and it's a thickly populated area.
What plans does the agency have for the future of illiterate Lagosians?
Well, our plan and joy is that one day, and not too far, the illiteracy rate in this state will be reduced drastically. Very, very drastically, that it will not be an issue anymore. And we are moving fast towards that rate. Now, our concern now is for the children that are growing up, the early child care, whereby we like to bring children into an environment, one, where they will like school, two, where they will be brought up, not teaching them the capital of Enugu State, the capital of Maiduguri. No. We want to teach them, or want them to learn natural things. If they want to, the program we have for them now is, if they want to play with sand at age 1 to 5, if they want to play with sand, we put them on the sand, they play with sand until they are tired and they sleep, then they help them. If they want to, raw things like okra, they should look at okra and know it is okra. We don't want to teach them to memorize the capital of all the states in Nigeria that we could change tomorrow. We don't want them to come to school and learn the names of ministers that will change next month. So we want them to learn to develop their inquisitive minds, to see something and admire and try to see. If you give them a toy, if they pieces the toy, we won't shout on them. We will just go back and put them back. Because in pieces in the toy, they are learning something. So we want to start these children at an early stage. That is one. Secondly, we would like to assist the state with our concentrated language encounter to be used both in the primary and secondary school, whereby we produce literate graduates from our secondary schools. The children that will be able to read and write, that will be able to read a piece of work and understand, that will be productive, that will sit down and write, even author books, novels, that will get to the exam hall and read the questions and give you the right interpretations and give the right answers without looking for, what do they call it, exam malpractices and so on. So that is part of our ambition. Then the baby we have in our hands now is our vocational centers. We want to see everybody that drop out of school, even those who have finished their education, to have a trade. Can be a sewing mistress. Like in Lagos, if you are a tailor, You don't need to be the high sounding one. Sewing school uniform alone is enough to fetch you money, you know, to live well. You know, the population in Lagos State, sewing school uniform alone. And we are trying, for example, to source for assistance for them. If we can get loans, soft loan, we give them, but we appeal to Nigerians, you know, community people, and they have been buying sewing machines for those who excel. So they don't need to bother about where to get money to set up, you know. So we want to produce, we want a society where everybody will be, you know, dutifully engaged, doing their own work. And we are praying, this is beyond us, that there will be electricity. Because we have got some of our products, we bought sewing machines for them, electrical one, they could not work because there is no electricity. So we are trying our own. Then we develop rural areas. For example, most of these our schools, the early child care, are in rural areas, very, very rural areas, where children in those areas will love school, and their parents have been very cooperative. When they drop their children in the morning, they bring their food. Some bring yam, some bring plantain, some bring fried dodo. So while they are at work, there is somebody from the community that is looking after those children and feeding them while they are being introduced to learning. So we want to do more of those in the rural areas. And when we say rural areas, even in the metropolitan Lagos, even here in our Ikeja or Alawusa, you go to Akpodo and all these areas, some of them are just like you going to Igbola community in Ekpe. You know, they are as rural as those places. So when we're talking about rural area in Lagos State, there are some more rural in the metropolitan Lagos than the so-called area, rural areas.
So what are your expectations from the people of Lagos State, that is your targeted audience, the people you work with? What are your expectations from them?
My expectation is that in literacy, you should be an active participant. You are either teaching, or you are being taught, or you are sponsoring it. You cannot be idle. If there are illiterates around you, consider them, assist them to get to any of our centers, and let them get literate. Then we are appealing to the mass media, as we were doing. Some are not taking part, not because they don't want, but they don't know. But through the activities of the media, people like you, they get to know and they seek. Then we are also appealing to religious homes, churches and mosques, that they should help us fetch out the illiterate among them. The government is not tired. We only want them to come out. Now, for the vocational training, we don't want people to be idle. They should come and learn something. And when they learn, they'll be able to better their lives. Like we have in that classroom, there are so many mechanics there. There are so many vulcanizers and so on. And people that have gone to learn sewing outside, they come to us, we are able to put them through so that they'll be able to have enough literacy to do their job and to cope with this world of computer now.
Due to our standard of living, and more importantly, to the state of development, provision of infrastructural facilities will continue to dominate discussions and plans to move the nation forward. Providing these facilities has become so paramount that every appropriation bill at any level of governance pinpoints in great emphasis the need to improve, build, maintain, and sustain different infrastructural facilities. And quite naturally, every success or otherwise of any administration is measured and gauged by its commitment to this crucial factor. You're about to watch what the administration has done in Lagos State since it took the mantle of leadership in May 1999. Rather than take you through the policies and plans of the administration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this documentary will show you activities through which dream policies have been translated into tangible and concrete accomplishments. The fundamental importance of road in view of our situation has made this facility the most important infrastructure. Mere opening of a place, apart from the more concrete asphalt laying and construction, not only provide easy accessibility, but in most cases, especially in the Lagos metropolis, improves and tremendously enhances the area. This is a good example. The Lekki Peninsular axis in Etiosa area of Lagos. Before this Maroko-Etiosa-Epe Expressway was constructed, not much value was placed on the axis. The area just existed like many other places, untapped, undeveloped, undervalued, and unappreciated. But no sooner than the expressway was built, that the area got a most quantum leap that transformed Lekki Peninsular axis into the most prized, the most sophisticated, and the most sought after neighborhood in the nation. Realizing the importance and the potentials of good roads, therefore, and what it could contribute to the development of the state, the present administration has placed premier importance on their provision. As a result, considerable amount of money have been spent on this essential infrastructure, including complementary facilities in different areas of the state. This in turn has helped in improving the lives of the people while increasing the value of property. The ultimate goal is that all the 5 administrative divisions in the state will and have started to benefit from these projects. Within Ikeja division, for instance, almost everyone will agree with the fact that the reconstruction of Old Oregun Road, now renamed Kudirat Abiola Way, has brought the tremendous development not only for the neighborhood, but also improved community on the route. Apart from the ease of traffic, this road has made movement in and out of Alausa, Oregun, and Oluyole communities much convenient, as it provides speedy links to such major routes as Obafemi Awolowo Way, Ojota, or Kwebi Allen through the linkage bridge, including Lagos-Ibadan Expressway through 7-Up toll gate route. Similarly, the reconstruction of Ikotun-Igodo Road, a major bypass for traffic from Iyano-Iba axis to Ikotun and Ijegun, has again led to improvements of lives of the people around the area. Equally, property value has shot up considerably due to construction of this road. Another road that was radically upturned from its former bumpy and muddy terrain is Oshodi-Agege Road. For a long time, this road was in a very bad state, necessitating lots of man-hours accompanied by stress on those commuting through the road. But today, the reconstruction of this road, including installation of such complementary facilities like bus lay-bys, median barrier, drainage, including street lights, has brought relief for the users of this road. It now serves as an easy link to Ilupeju Bypass, Oshodi, Mushin, Western Avenue, amongst others. Other roads that have been reconstructed or rehabilitated by Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu's administration within Ikeja division include Abaronje Road, servicing entire Abaronje and Okerube communities, including such streets as Itonlaye, Boladada, Fumi Oshidein, Ostro, Igbore, and others. There is also Ogba Ijare Road, servicing Ogba and Okera communities, including communities and commuters heading towards Agidingbi and Penn Cinema. The rehabilitation of Idimu Road has also led to improvement in traffic flow to Iyano-Ipaja and Abeso communities. In Ilupeju, an improved Tinubu Road now it serves better Koka, Shilon, Majolate, and Oyiwole streets. Other roads which have been resurfaced include Okpebi Road, Ikeja, Old Ota Road, Ifakwe-Jayi, Owe Street, servicing Ikorodu Road, Igbobi College Road, including Igbobi Sabe and Morocco roads. Agbado Road, Iju Road, Karimu Laka Road, Egbeda, and numerous adjoining streets amongst many others.
Tinubu gbìyànjú gan torí ọkùnrin ni. Ó ṣe torí gbogbo àwọn ní Ẹgbẹ́dá, gbogbo àwọn títì tó wà ní stíìtì, gbogbo àwọn stíìtì lè wà ní Ẹgbẹ́dá pátápátá, ọ̀tá ẹ̀ ọ̀dọ̀dà sínú ẹ̀.
Tinubu ó ṣe púpọ̀, Bọ́lá Tinubu arọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ìyàtọ̀ bà lù ṣéde nìyí arọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ìyàtọ̀ bà lù wà. Àmọ́ Ọlọ́run á ràn lọ́wọ́, Ọlọ́run á ràn ṣe kó túnbọ̀ bá wa múra sí torí tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo àgbègbè kò rí báyìí tẹ́lẹ̀. Ìlọsíwájú wà oríṣiríṣi, àwọn kọ́lé, àwọn ọmọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ń lọ, ìlú wa tún dá sí, ọ̀nlá títì, rọ́nà báwùtì, gbogbo ẹ̀ ń dà. Ọlọ́run á pẹ̀lú, Ọlọ́run á fún lọ́wọ́.
Ayọ̀bọ Ìpájà Road
kí lẹ rí sí ọ̀nà láti ìgbà tó ti ṣe kí lẹ rò pé ó jẹ́ kí ló ṣe fún community Ayọ̀bọ̀ Ìpàjá?
Láti ìgbà tí a ti ṣe ọ̀nà yẹn ní àsìkò tí gómìnà yàn wá fún olóṣù mẹ́ta láti ṣe ó wá jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn kan túbọ̀ máa kó wá sí àdúgbò yìí. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tí mọ́tò wọn ti bàjẹ́ wọ́n tún mọ́tò wọn ṣe dáadáa. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn oníṣòwò ní ọ̀nà yìí ràn lọ́wọ́ nítorí pé wọ́n lọ wọ́n ń bọ̀ láti kó ẹrù wọn àti gbogbo nǹkan tó ń tà tó ń rà wọ́n ń kó lọ wọ́n ń kó bọ̀ láti ná ọjà Ayọ̀bọ̀ àti ọjà Owódé Ìpàjá.
Ẹ̀gàn lè hẹ̀ ojú ọ̀ràn lẹ ń wò yìí níbu Akínyẹlé yẹ ẹ̀tí bu Boys Town ọ̀nà yẹn ó ti di gbogbo èèyàn lè gbà mọ́tò bá wọnú ẹwẹ́ yìí ó máa lọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ pátápátá là àìmọye mọ́tò ló kú sínú ojú ọ̀nà yìí ṣùgbọ́n kèlé Tinubu dé lẹ́nu bí ọdún méjì sẹ́yìn bọ́n ó ṣe gbogbo ojú ọ̀nà yìí lẹ́tí Bàrúwá wá dé Ayọ̀bọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ là ẹ̀ka ẹ̀wọ̀ mọ́tò lèmi lọ kí n bọ̀ ń gbọ́ yìí irú jọ̀wọ́ ẹ̀yẹ ò sí bíbá ilé gbẹ tẹ́ẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́tò ọ̀n fẹ́ ná ojú ọ̀nà yìí gbogbo àwọn mọ́tò ọlọ́pọ̀ èrò yìí ọ̀n fẹ́ ná ojú ọ̀nà yìí ṣùgbọ́n kèlé Tinubu ṣe bíbá yìí gbogbo wa la gbádùn ẹ̀ àti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ àti gbàdúrà pé Ọlọ́run àtọ́ máa kú ṣe.
Ìgbà kan ti ṣe ń sin àríyàtọ̀ bẹ́tẹ̀ àyàn pé ọ̀nà ti àgọ́ àwa ìgbà tẹ́lẹ̀ nígbà tó ń ṣe ìgbà tó di pé wọ́n ṣe a lè rìn àwa náà wá síbi àṣìṣe àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń gbádùn sáfíìsì wa so ìgbà kan ti ṣọ̀nà ń sìn èrò ti wá ìgbà ìdàdà ọ̀nà ti gba àdúgbò ti wà ókè ń sìn tó fi yé lẹ̀ ìgbà tí wọn ò ṣe àmọ̀ pé inú omi la máa ń rìn pé àti ẹ̀dùn fẹ́ wà bẹ̀ tí ń sìn kọ́lẹ̀ ti ṣe yẹn àwa ókè ń sìn. ọ̀nà gan ló jẹ́ kádùúgbò tún dáadáa kálíkì sọ̀nà ni èrò tún ní pọ̀ tó yìí ládùúgbò yìí àwa gan márùwá yìí sin àlè fi iṣẹ́ lọ́nà tí ò bá da ìgbà tó kọ́ ṣe ọ̀nà ń sìn pé àyè wà fún everybody láti wá sílẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn kó wá dáadáa ìlú tún pọ̀ sí àwọn tó nílé gan náà ti parí wọn tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n wá ń parí wọn for that látọ̀ di pé yes ọ̀nà ti wà lọ́sùn máa wọlé wọn lọ. mọ́tò máa bàjẹ́ nì àti ẹ̀lì wàhálà àwọn onímọ́tò kan máa ń complain wọ́n lè gbé èèyàn kọ̀ọ̀kan ní 50 naira kó dé pé kí ni ìgbà tó náà ò da ìgbà tó dẹ̀ ti pé ọ̀nà da 20 naira ni ó dẹ̀ tún free dáadáa.
The road before is very worse, but now the road is very good now. But we appreciate what the government is doing about of the Tinubu, because by the time the Tinubu is here, now we be adjourned about of the Abaranja road. But before the road is very bad. But now we people beings who is there along of Abaranja road, we are still the adjourned the road.
adúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu wọ́n ṣe gudugudu méje yàyà mẹ́fà nítorí pé street kejì lèmi ń gbé nígbà tí street etí títì wà bẹ́ẹ̀ oríṣiríṣi ìdọ̀tí ni wọ́n máa ń dà sí ṣùgbọ́n adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Bọ́lá Tinubu pé ó ṣe ribiribi méje yàyà mẹ́fà fún wa ọlá wọn máa ròkè sí o.
ọ̀nà yìí tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ kò dáa but now a ti dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé wọ́n ti bá wa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ó ti wà sẹ́kù.
kílẹ̀ rò pé ọ̀nà yìí ṣe fún àwọn tó ń tajà àwọn tó wá ń rajà gbogbo ẹ̀ kílẹ̀ rò pé ọ̀nà yìí ṣe fún un.
àǹfààní gidi ló ṣe fún wa àti fún àwọn tó ń tajà àti fún àwọn tó ń gbàdúgbò àti fún onímọ́tò ọ̀nà yìí ó ṣe wá láǹfààní púpọ̀.
lọ́nà wo ni ṣe rò pé bóyá àwọn tó tajà tó ń tajà ṣé onímọ́tò ń tajà sí àbí báwo ọ̀nà wo ló ṣe gbà.
àǹfààní pàtàkì tó ṣe fún wa ni pé gbàgbà tí wọ́n ti ṣe ọ̀nà yìí kò sí àyè ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ gan ọlọ́jà tó máa ráyè dúró náà ti rí pé gbà tó ti ṣe ọ̀nà yìí pé àwọn ọlọ́jà gan fẹ́ẹ́ lè sùn mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ títì bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tó ti ṣe ọ̀nà yìí ó ti fi àyè sílẹ̀ fún onímọ́tò àti fún ọlọ́jà àti fún ẹni tí ó fẹ́ kọjá.
Within Island Division, among the roads already rehabilitated and are now providing free flow of traffic for commuters include Jinodu Street, Masha Fonlasisi Street, Bale Street in Igboefon, Damole Street, the Galia Yorinde Street, Victoria Island, Adiola Odeku Street, servicing Idejo and Akin Adeshola Street, William Street, Agungi Ajiran Road, linking Ajiran Land to Epe Morocco Expressway, Oyebanji Idumagbo Street, servicing Idumagbo Road and Carter Bridge, and others. Apart from this, considerable amount of resources was expended on major road reconstruction within the division. This includes Awolowo Road, Ikoyi. Before it was dualized, commuting on this road was seriously hectic, as the small size of the road hindered free flow of vehicular traffic, thereby building a long, heavy traffic in the process. But since completion, Obalende, Ikoyi and Victoria Island bound commuters now find it very easy passing through this road. At the same time, it has added value to the highbrow status of southwest area of Ikoyi, leading to increase in business activities and property value in the area. Another major road project within the division was the dualization of Itirelawansi Street in Surulere, terminating at Yaba. This is yet another thoughtful project that has touched several lives considerably. This is why for the entire Itirelawansi, Ojuelegba, Tejosho and the Yaba environs, this upgraded road has been a great boost to socio-economic activities.
The road was very rough, but now the road is okay.
What steps have you made for the car users?
Actually, before you talk, I mean, complaining of the suspensions and other things, but now, at least since I changed my suspension last, I have not experienced any bad thing on my tires and other things.
Okay, so
The road is now okay.
Okay, so what do you have to say about the government?
Actually, the Lagos State government is trying about maintaining the roads to compare to other places I've seen. I just came back from travel to other states, but I see how bad the road is. But Lagos State is trying.
It has brought a tremendous improvement to business life in Adola, Odeku and its environs. And after the renovation, the idea of congestion on the road, I mean traffic jams, other things disappeared. And you get to realize that if you have to like move from Odeku to other adjacent streets like Amadu Bello, Akadeshola, and other areas, I mean the link is very fast now. And as you can see yourself, if you look at the road, you can see that I mean vehicles are moving at ease and there's no hold up or what have you any longer. So it has really brought a sort of succor to people around here. And I think
in Ikorodu division, among the roads that have come under the state-wide road network improvement program include Otuma Benson Road, with Service Beach Road and Sekumade Ipakodu Road. There is Kaliat Igbe Road, which services especially need developing areas in Igbogbo. Again, and in spite of being a federal government road, rehabilitation of Ijebu-Odo Itoekin Road with links Rodu to other major settlements like Ijede, Imota, Agbawa, and Epe towns continues to receive the state government attention. Through Lamata, this road has been improved, and motorists now find it very convenient to apply. In Imota, roads which were hitherto not accessible are now being graded and expanded to allow for easy passage of motorists and pedestrians. With the state's committed vista and vigor, more roads like this Araromi Road will soon be asphalted and made more motorable within the shortest possible time. Also, the continued attention being given to the development and redevelopment of Oba Sekumadi Road, a major bypass to Igbogbo, in spite of the failure of past contractor to handle the job effectively, again confirms the seriousness of the present administration to get this road completed. With a new contractor on the job and going by progress of work on site, the nightmare being experienced by motorists going to Igbogbo through Ikorodu town will soon be a thing of the past. Equally, the road will lead to an increase in business activities along this axis, prompting a boost in its economic development.
This road, we have been on it for about 4 years now. But if you get to my own location there, you find that it's almost completed. This is just an arm of it. It's perfect. It's open up the entire community. Accessible to Okada, to motorists, to the pedestrians. And that's also extended to the villages around us here. Igbokuta, Ukiagbo, Ivalu. Those are the adjoining villages. They also enjoy the administration of Bola Tinubu.
Even though in our Imota here, you can imagine within 3 months, he did a miracle about the state rural electrification, which is being completed at Araromi, Imota here. And there's another gigantic project going on within the town, which is the ring road. And now, if you are there now, you can see the road is now going to almost 75%. It's just remaining the tying up.
Furthermore, comparable efforts and resources have been expended in providing similar projects in Badagry division of the state. Among works already done are rehabilitation of Topo Road, reconstruction of Olugbemi Street, Ojo, with Service College Road, Arufa Street, and Ayodoto Farm Settlement, and rehabilitation of Arufa Street. There was also construction of Irede and Ijegun Egba roads. These are 2 important roads linking Old Ojo Road and Badagry Expressway, while they serve waterside communities within the area. It is also during this political dispensation that this road, named Ekuakete in Amuwo Dofi, was constructed. It is to complement similar projects and make accessibility within Amuwo Dofi GRA neighborhood easier. Perhaps the longest of all the rehabilitated roads, this project linked Ariwa Joyi, Edidi, Adegboyega, and Fatai Streets, all in Ifelodun local government area of Ajegunle. For such a thickly populated area, it now provides easy access to such areas as Badagry Expressway, Sari Igomu, as well as many adjoining streets in Ajegunle.
inú mi dùn gan sí títí wa tó wá ṣe yìí torí ó impress yìí gan torí nǹkan táwọn portals yẹn tó ti cost ní àdúgbò yìí ó bà nǹkan jẹ́ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ but àwa dúpẹ́ bó ṣe wà ń sìn pé àlejò ó wà òkè kò sí pé afẹ́ràn mọ́ ń ṣẹ́ kẹ́rù tún máa bà wá nulẹ̀ pé ẹ wo títì ẹ wo kíní gan torí táwọn mọ́tò yẹn bá bọ́ sínú àwọn bọ́ọ̀lù yẹn àmì tó bá bọ́ sínú portals yẹn ó máa ń ìgbà míì ó máa ń dá ìfọwọ́ mọ́tò ìsídà kó wá báyàn lé àbí níbi tá a jókòó sí i bọ̀ bó ṣe wà yìí nìsín ó ti smooth ó ti wà òkè inú wa dẹ̀ dùn gan gidi sí nǹkan tí state government ṣe fún wa our appreciate it.
Before the road no good but government come do it now the road don good we thank government for what they do. The man try if not be the man this our road is for no good but I know say for it na it still make dem come cut my house if you look this house now you go see say dem cut am in order to make our road to good but Tinubu try na man.
Due to our standard of living, and more importantly, to the state of development, provision of infrastructural facilities will continue to dominate discussions and plans to move the nation forward. Providing these facilities has become so paramount that every appropriation bill at any level of governance pinpoints in great emphasis the need to improve, build, maintain, and sustain different infrastructural facilities. And quite naturally, every success or otherwise of any administration is measured and gauged by its commitment to this crucial factor. You're about to watch what the present administration has done in Lagos State since it took the mantle of leadership in May 1999. Rather than take you through the policies and plans of the administration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this documentary will show you activities through which dream policies have been translated into tangible and concrete accomplishments. The fundamental importance of road in view of our situation has made this facility the most important infrastructure. Mere opening of a place, apart from the more concrete asphalt laying and construction, not only provide easy accessibility, but in most cases, especially in the Lagos metropolis, improves and tremendously enhances the area. Perhaps the longest of all the rehabilitated roads, this project linked Ariwa Joyi, Edidi, Adegboyega and Fatai streets, all in Ifelodun local government area of Ajegunle. For such a thickly populated area, it now provides easy access to such areas as Badagry Expressway, Sari Igomu, as well as many adjoining streets in Ajegunle.
inú mi dùn gan sí títí wa tán wá ṣe yìí torí ó impress mi gan torí nǹkan táwọn pọ́tò ṣẹ̀ tó ti kọ́ ní àdúgbò yìí ó bà nǹkan jẹ́ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ but àwa dúpẹ́ bó ṣe wà ń sìn pé àlejò ó wà òkè kò sí pé afẹ́ràn mọ́ ń ṣẹ́ kẹ́rù tó máa bà wá nù lé pé ẹ wo títì ẹ wo kíní nǹkan torí káwọn mọ́tò yẹn bá bọ́ sínú àwọn bọ́ọ̀ ṣẹ̀ àní tó bá bọ́ sínú pọ́tò ṣẹ̀ ó máa ń gbà ní ó máa ń dá ìfọwọ́ mọ́tò ìsídà kó wá báyàn lé àbí níbi tá a jókòó sí i bọ̀ bó ṣe wà yìí sí ó ti smooth tó ti wà òkè inú wa dẹ̀ dùn gan gidi sí nǹkan tí state government ṣe fún wa àwọn appreciate yẹ.
Before the road no good but government come do it now the road don good we thank government for what they do. The man try. They try, if not the man, this our road is for no good. But I know say for it now it still make them come cut my house. If you look this house now, you see say they cut them. In order to make our road too good. But shouldn't try. Now.
As for Epe division, efforts are largely concentrated on road repair works. In this regard, Ayetoro Road, which serves the town's oldest and major market, has just been rehabilitated. Other efforts include Shade Street, which links Oredegbe, Ojewumi, Onokoya, Adiola Street, while also servicing Ayetoro Market. Lagbade Street has also been rehabilitated among other several roads. The significant thing is that many of the roads in the town, which are ridden with potholes, thereby causing accidents or hinder traffic flow, have now been repaired. Again, several other road projects are still ongoing. They include Johnson Street, linking Okepopo, Olufua Street to Eluku in Agbawa. When graded, Prince Additional Akinsoya Street is completed. It will service Ikosi Beach and adjoining settlements. However, roads such as Church Street in Epe and General Hospital Road, Agbawa, are now completed and facilitating movement of goods and services in and out of the division.
I've constructed about 5 or 6 roads in a pet town, and all the roads have been completed. And presently, the government is embarking on road maintenance, which should have been carried out by the local government. But because of the holding of our revenue by Mr. President. So the Lagos State government are coming and they are assisting us to improve on our bad roads. I feel this is also very important because bad roads will always damage vehicles. When the road is good, drivers are even happy to ply the roads.
The achievement of the Lagos State government, they have been reconstructing the roads in the community, in the area, and this local government. They are passing some, and then they are reconstructing some of the roads to make it possible for everybody. It's very commendable, actually. It's very commendable.
Along with the several roads, construction and rehabilitation projects, Asiwaju Tinubu's administration has been making strenuous efforts to provide complementary facilities which will further enhance the usage and mobility of these roads. As a result, a lot has been achieved in the area of street light installation and maintenance, a development which has resulted in enhanced illumination and visibility, most especially at night. At the same time, preventing accidents and robbery attack cases. Similarly, a lot has been achieved in the installation of traffic signal lights. With the active support and collaboration of private organizations, many major road intersections in the state now carry road signal lights, thereby leading to orderliness in traffic control and management system. Construction of culverts and drainages, installation of median barriers, road markings, bus laybys, including different road signs, have no doubt significantly improved traffic management and flow system in the state. In spite of the enormous resources committed to road development and improvement, other critical sectors in the state also continue to receive deserved attention and focus. As a matter of fact, the provision of qualitative and free education in the state is not just a cardinal, but one main key program of the present administration. The development in education over the years has justified the giant strides Asiwaju Tinubu's administration has recorded in this sector. Of recent, and in line with its commitment to further improve educational environment, and at the same time provide standard infrastructure which will make education delivery easier, This administration embarked on construction of either 6 or 12 classroom blocks with offices in various schools in the state. Some of the schools in which these projects are already ongoing include Jamatu Islamia Primary School, Igboefon, Methodist Primary School, Igbogila Ipaja, Olusonya Primary School, Olusonya Gege, Abaranjo Kerube Primary School, African Bethel Primary School, Iba, Sari Primary School, Igomu, Odomola Senior Secondary School, Egbe, and FOA Primary School, Idado Ibeju. When completed, these massive projects will no doubt lead to a great boost in education delivery program. More so, it will further complement achievements already recorded through Millennium Schools, Bola Tinubu Intervention Program projects, and similar others. Needless to emphasize the great impact it will have on the psyche of our pupils in general. Since 2003, provision of potable drinking water has been added to the list of priority programs of the present administration. It is the belief that accessibility to potable water that the populace guarantees good health and forecloses occurrence of waterborne diseases with attendant consequences on people's health and government finances. Thus, several expansion projects have started on existing micro and mini water works projects. During the present dispensation, Adiyan Water Works received new equipment, while existing ones were upgraded to expand its water treatment and delivery capabilities. Of equal importance is the resuscitation of moribund and abandoned micro-water projects at Ejiri and another one at Chekungba. Upon completion, will provide portable drinking water for the entire Ketu, Chekungba, and Ejiri area, and the new Okubaba plank market and sawmill when it becomes fully operational. Without that, the enormous success already achieved in infrastructural development in the state would not be complete without adequate mention of this. Without being modest, provision of electrification to different rural and semi-urban communities in the state since inception of the present administration have been described as dynamic and totally reflecting the seriousness of purpose in this area. Believing that this could lead to the development where these communities could play a great role in decongesting Lagos metropolis, provision of electricity has therefore continued to be given priority attention, and the number of communities already benefited testify to this. Quite noticeable are electrification projects in Igbe Road. It serves Kali at College Street, Kali at Oduborisha and its environs in Igbogbo, Ererufu, a rural electrification project, Epe, Topo Rural Electrification Project, Badagry, Idado Rural Electrification Project, Ibejuleki, and Araromi Community Electrification Project, Imota. It also includes construction of ancillary works control building for NEPA mini substation at Ajara Roundabout in Badagry, among too many others.
I want to extend my best regard to His Excellency. One, he has done me two things that I will never forget in my life. Igbalu village has been in darkness for 9.5 years. I demanded for the transformer. He gave me the following month, and that is his first regime. So when Sakashuneyo was the commissioner for rural development and infrastructure, so immediately I write, Tinubu signed it, and they gave us brand new transformer. Even engineer Abiodun, the NEPA engineer at that time, asked me, has Tinubu married somebody from this village? Why should he remember this village? We thank God. Today, Igbalu people and the Bale, they are now rejoicing with that particular light. Likewise, Okeagbo, they voted even PDP, yet Tinubu did not count it as anything. As part of Lagos State, he said that place must be electrified. The project is still on till today. Why are we not going to appreciate his efforts?
Which on the project is on at Mota, particularly this the electricity development, because we don't even expect this new transformers in this our area, but in fact he did a lot. We really appreciate his effort.
Ó gbìyànjú, ó ṣe ìwọ̀n tí ó lè ṣe ládùúgbò wa nípa iná. Iná yìí àwọn ilé ti já lọ ní nǹkan bíi ọdún 9 sẹ́yìn. But nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ìwé ní kan àti CDA, a rí pé àyípadà wà, wọ́n wá so iná yìí padà fún wa. A dẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lò àti ń gbádùn ẹ̀. Nípa ọ̀rọ̀ omi wa on function, omi wa ń lọ dídí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ tó wá dá piggery ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ tá a lọ commission náà ní Aláùsá ní Kẹjà, ìyẹn náà wà bẹ̀, òun lọ létòlétò.
Indeed, this project and their timely completion speaks greatly of the commitment of the present administration to uplifting the standard of living of those in the rural areas.
We in this area, the Kosegini district area, or newly created local government, we so much believe in Tinubu's policy and ideology. And that is why everybody you've been hearing since has been commenting good about the governor himself. How many do you want me to mention? Talk about the rural education that have been vandalized for long, the relocation of Okobaba sawmill from all the way from Butemeta down to Ejirin, the micro water system yet to be completed, and many other things like that. So we have benefited a lot of, even let me put it this way, the democracy of Nigeria that still be in embryo now has really reflected all the way from Lagos. I don't want to be significant this time around. I want to talk about basically on Lagos State. So we have been enjoying democracy in this area right from the state.
With the pace at which things are moving, it is indeed heartwarming that Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu is fast unfolding a new face of Lagos. And as a critical indices of development, the momentum recorded in the provision of infrastructure reflects unwavering and compassionate commitment of the present administration towards elevating socio-economic activities in the state. By focusing and sustaining this effort over the period, this administration has equally demonstrated sheer gutsy, unequal passion, and its position uncommon in public administration in Nigeria. At the center of this new drive is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a man of vision with a mission with monumental political weight, a public administrator par excellence, and a man of immense intellectual gifts. There is no doubt saying the fact that Asiwaju Tinubu's wealth of experience has been brought to bear on the state administratively. A grassroots politician to the core, the seriousness with which his administration continues to pursue and implement its public-oriented programs testifies to his responsiveness. Thus, it behoves entire Lagosians to effectively protect and put to use these facilities so that the enormous resources already committed to them can be justified.
Flood control is one of the greatest problems of metropolitan Lagos, a region which remains poorly drained despite the presence of lagoons, creeks and rivers. This is because the area lies close to the sea level on a flat, marshy coastal topography and characterized by swamps and heavy rainfall of about 1,875 millimeters per annum. This topography is worsened by the prevalence of slums and co-urbanization and a sprawling population, all of which have gone to overstretch the poor drainage facilities of the state. It is in recognition of the need to avert the occurrence of great flood that successive administrations on the state have had to grapple with the perennial problems of flooding. In the past, the city's perennial floods have been most devastating, sacking people from their homes and destroying invaluable property and infrastructure, restricting the movement of persons and services. Hardly is any area of Lagos spared of the floods. Once more, the recurring floods and their devastating effects are a pointer to the plight of a highly populous and industrialized city, which lies less than 2 meters above sea level and is built without adequate plan, good roads and drainage networks that could withstand the floods. In some areas of Lagos, roads have been built without complementary gutters to drain rainwater. Where a drainage exists, they are not properly constructed and maintained. The existing canals are not also maintained, and canalization of new designated areas that are susceptible to flooding appears to have been abandoned. Consequently, the construction and maintenance of drainage facilities in metropolitan Lagos were shared by many agencies, that is, the local government, Ministry of Works, the town planning authorities, drain docks, and the newly created Emergency Flood Abatement Gang, EFAG. This dispersal of drainage functions compound flood control measures. It was not until recent years that drainage attracts attention as a specialized social science responsibility. As a matter of fact, it is obvious that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration sustained action on flood management for a flood-free Lagos are unprecedented in the history of Lagos State. The primary purpose is to have a flood-free Lagos, as against awarding contracts for drainage clearing during rainy season, which was the practice by past administrations. Another obvious reason is to provide job opportunity for the unemployed graduates and non-graduates in the state. Since inception, the administration has vigorously pursued a way out of the flood menace. Though Lagos inhabitants' environment and discipline has often compounded matters, the nasty nature of dumping refuse into the gutters indiscriminately makes it difficult, if not impossible in most cases, for excess water to flow out quickly through the stuffed drainage system.
We are trying that they are washing so many persons when they come to throw away something on it that make no throw away dust. So if no throw away any dust on it, if no any dust on it, as the water they go like this now, it go very easily. No any disturb me again, no go disturb. But if they throw away something on it, it go block again.
I'll try again. I think this year they have done something. If somebody came here last year and somebody is here this year, there's a great difference. But we want them to have culverts that the water they have drawn will not go back again to the water.
It's a huge improvement following the job that Lagos State government has done since the last time that we had the major floods in the state. this particular street used to be very horrible, Apapa Lane, Dolphin Estate. It's improved a lot, and we are really thankful to the government for the responsiveness. This is just one of the streets affected. There's an estate behind me, or behind this particular street, which is called EJ Housing Estate. That used to be completely flooded. The work that has been done has created a huge relief for residents of Dolphin and EJ Estates.
Added to this is the current inefficient refuse disposal system of some citizens, which has occasioned undisposed bags of decomposing refuse littering the city's landscape, particularly inner streets, and are subsequently washed away into the gutter to thicken the blockage of free flow of water. Till this moment, the pure water nylon sachet remains the biggest environmental nuisance statewide and nationwide. The governor of Lagos State, in its characteristic bid, has proffered solutions to this menace with multiple consultations with all the stakeholders, a scheme to put monetary value on the waste when collected. It will then be taken to a center established for such in each local government. The flood situation is further compounded and worsened by the indiscriminate erection of houses and stores on stormwater routes. Many people have, under the cover of darkness, deliberately made drainages their dump sites. It was not uncommon to find drains as deep as 3 meters filled with garbage, used tires, nylons, iron, as well as ubiquitous pure water sachets. Now that the rains are fast approaching, the present administration, in order to forestall past occurrences of flooding, sacking, displacing people from their homes and offices, loss of lives and properties, has devised means to evacuate silt and debris that would otherwise be inaccessible to humans. Last year, Lagos witnessed torrential rainfall that left many areas, especially in island axis of Lagos, flooded for several days. The state government responded by increasing its scope of drainage projects, especially in flood-prone areas.
One is to enforce discipline, no matter who's off door, no matter who builds on the channel, no matter who builds, whether it's your car park or your on the drain channel, whether it's your house, whether it's your generator house, no matter what, no matter who you are, the comfort or convenience of the one person or few people cannot override the greater interest of the greatest number of people. That's been a million to us. This mess of Lagos State for our life, and that is unacceptable. So we have to do that. That is item 2. We have to, they finished, the elites themselves, they created all those problems. There may be defects in some of the construction projects. We are going to look at that. But when you ask them to finance through taxation, that's anti and other, for us to continuously maintain and enforce discipline, they construct some of it because of the expansion of the government. This is what they got. They refuse to pay. And if you want, a situation that will encourage your businesses and facilitate it smoothly and without disruption, you have to pay for the taxes.
To prevent a reoccurrence, especially in the areas identified to be flood-prone, emergency clearing of the chambers, conduits and collector drains were carried out, especially on channels that have been abandoned over the years. They include the dredging of
the layout for Akpata Ilori, Bagada Barika Drain, Shomolu Waya, Itini Canal and Aboru channels. To complement the effort of the drainage department and ensure quick response to public requests, the Emergency Flood Abatement Gang, EFRAG, was established. EFRAG started with 2 flood relief gangs and worked effectively throughout the year 2004. The cleaning exercises were done at 4 parallel channels across Koko Abayomi, Victoria Island. The effort of the gangs along these axes brought joy to the residents of areas such as Koko Abayomi, Adedokumade Mola, Osumamba Adewe, Akin Olugbade and Sevron. Other areas here include Simpson in Lagos Island, and this also brought relief to Sandgros Market, Rural Market, Boys Academy, Lewis Junction, and Forsyth. This tactical deflooding program has gone a long way to ameliorate the spiritual flooding situation of the areas concerned. Consequently, the effect of the subsequent heavy rains was well controlled. It is however pertinent to allay the fears of residents that most areas only experience flash flooding, which subside in a couple of hours. This situation differs from real flooding experiences arising from sea level rise. I think what we're trying to say here is that it seems there is a heightened apprehension whenever it rains now, that when water in the lagoon and the Atlantic Ocean subside, there is nothing anybody can do about that. And this only happens between 1 or 2 hours. And once the water goes down in the lagoon or the Atlantic, automatically the water must go down. So this should not be confused as having a flood all over Lagos, because that is flash flood, and it will automatically must go down after some time. Unlike when the situation we had in June, when all our channels were blocked, they were blocked with refuse and so on, and then there was rise in the sea level. The same thing happened, and if that happens again, it means that the water will not go for the next 1 day, like it happened in June last year. Water could not go for 2 days. The water remained there. This is because our channels were not working. But today, all our channels are working. And once the channels are working, at best, you can only have flood for 2 hours. So I can assure you that in most of the areas in Lagos now, it will be very, very difficult for you to have a sustainable flood for a very long period of time. Based on the resounding success recorded by the 2 drainage gangs in the flooding part of Victoria Island and Ikoyi last year, His Excellency the Lagos State Governor, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has directed that the 10 additional gangs should be set up to expand the scope of emergency flood abatement gang operations to other local governments which are mostly affected by the flooding problems.
The activities of Drain Dock cannot go unmentioned in the curbing of flood menace in metropolitan Lagos. Since inception, the agency has recorded tremendous success in proportion that has never been experienced by Lagosians.
We should be talking in terms of, this is Musafejo, which is Ajiromi Federal Local Government. This very road is Safejo Road. It's one of the most terrible area they have in this local government, and they have touched it. In fact, this will be about the 3rd time they are working in this area, and yet we have not gotten to the root of the problem because of the dirty habit of the people that lives in this area. Aside from this, we have Cemetery Road, which is also Ajiromi Federal Local Government. Then some part of the alignment fell into Surulere local government. Then we should be talking in terms of Ojo Road, which is Lagos Badagry. Approach to the expressway, we have Ikeja, Obafemi